Hello my fellow fashion lovers. Today we are diving straight into the Iris van Herpen Haute Couture Fall-Winter 2026-2027 show, right at Paris Fashion Week. And one thing is certain, the Dutch designer is opening Paris Fashion Week with one of the most daring couture concepts we've seen in years. She's moving away from the digital world. Instead, she's taming raw physical forces, like plasma and lightning. It's a fascinating manifesto. My take? This is easily one of the most ambitious couture collections of the season. Where other houses simply embroider nature, Iris confronts it in a lab. She is truly pushing the boundaries of clothing. Élysée Montmartre is unrecognizable. The floor is buried under a thick blanket of moving dry ice. The lights overhead slash through the space, almost surgically. You can instantly feel this strange tension filling the room. Well before the first model even steps out, the space feels way more like an experimental lab than a haute couture salon. The setting rejects classic luxury. It throws us straight into pure visual emotion. Iris van Herpen's vision this season is insanely ambitious. She's turning cutting-edge science into a real playground for couture. Her goal is clear. She wants us to feel cosmic forces that are completely beyond us. Here, clothing becomes a field of experimentation, a place where craftsmanship tries to make the invisible visible. On the runway, the models move with an unreal, almost ghostly presence. The silhouettes have this powerful visual strength, a suspended verticality, but it never feels rigid thanks to the fluidity of Japanese fabrics. What dictates the whole posture this season is the appearance of glass structures and translucent polymers. They are grafted onto the shoulders, creating a totally extraterrestrial geometry. But honestly, how do you trap a weather phenomenon inside a piece of fabric? That's the big technical mystery of this collection. The most experimental pieces rely on hand-blown glass tubes filled with plasma. According to the house, the plasma actually reacts to the body's magnetic field, crackling and lighting up right on the runway. It's a fascinating contrast. The palette remains incredibly pure. It shifts between stark white, transparency, and the moving reflections of silver chiffon. We go from ultralight Japanese silks to pieces made of annealed acrylic glass. The play of light is hypnotic. The fabrics seem to absorb the darkness, only to breathe it back out as almost organic pulses of light. If we stop and look at the micro details, the level of research is mind-blowing. Take this mini bustier dress. It was developed using a particle accelerator, then stored in a cryogenic box at -100 degrees Celsius just to freeze Lichtenberg figures onto its surface. On top of that, the collection features over 30,000 hand-blown glass spheres. On its own, this feat shows the insane production time and standard of excellence that still separates haute couture from the rest of fashion. You quickly realize just how much these finishes challenge everything we know. The show is built like an intense narrative crescendo. The first looks open with light, airy movements. Then, the atmosphere grows heavy, charged with electricity. The narrative peak happens when the plasma and lightning dresses appear. It's an almost mystical climax, where the human body seems wrapped in live electrical discharges. But let's step away from the runway fantasy for a second. What is it actually worth in real life? Let's be honest. This is exhibition couture. The reactive plasma and these experimental materials look spectacular under the spotlights, but their purpose goes way beyond everyday wear. To the untrained eye, this might look more like an esoteric art performance than an actual wardrobe. What we take away from this is that Iris van Herpen is marking a major milestone for her house. She is reasserting that couture must remain a space for pure research and wonder. By tapping into physical forces, she delivers a milestone moment. She reminds us that no computer code can ever replicate the thrill of a garment shaped by human imagination. So, looking at this unique fusion of science and craftsmanship, do you think haute couture should keep exploring these scientific territories, even if it means moving away from wearable clothing? Or is it risking losing its soul? I'm really curious to know what you think, so let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for sharing this analysis with me. For a bit of context, The collection also echoes a period of intensely severe storms recently seen in the Netherlands, Iris van Herpen's home country. It's a poetic reminder that at the House of Van Herpen, Haute Couture doesn't just mimic nature, it captures its invisible forces. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon.